Coming out of Phantom Menace right now, Eric Strothers. He got in a panel. How you doing, man?
I'm great, man. It was really cool to finally be at the big show.
How'd you feel about all the big 90s bangers at the start there?
It took me back to when I first was like really trying to get a record deal. Not playing music that sounded like that. I think that's maybe where we went wrong.
So if things had gone differently, we might have been sitting there hearing some Strothers hits.
Yeah, well, you still could, you know. So,
all that 90s music still there somewhere?
The day's not short, yeah. So, what did you think of the panel?
Oh, it was fun. You know, it was a lot of stuff. It was people who, you know, it was no massive surprises, but I think we all realistically knew there wasn't going to be any massive surprises. So It was good stories and good memories.
Yeah. I did expect that at least one of the
big three.
Yeah, well, not even that, but just any good side lightsaber wielder. But you know, obviously we were hoping for me specifically, you and McGregor.
Yeah, that was always the big rumor, and it was funny. The longer it kind of went on, I'm like, oh, this isn't happening.
Yeah. Now I did hear whenever they were walking the talent across when the panel was going on, you could hear people who could see them like screaming their brains out. So I'm like,
think it was a decoy or
no? It was, you know, it was coming from outside, and because they bring them in from the Marriott over here and trot them across, so tons of people can see them that are standing around like watching probably on the Sky Bridge,
right?
And so you could hear them from outside, but.
It was funny how emotional I got watching that episode 9 trailer at the start. I just remember that really brought back some memories to me.
The Phantom Menace trailer is probably one of the best Star Wars trailers ever.
It's still a banger, isn't it?
Yeah. And oh my gosh, I hadn't watched it in a good while, so seeing the non-digital Yoda
that was great. But it was amazing how well everything stood up.
Oh,
effects-wise, it looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Yes, still looks fantastic.
I was kind of glad that the other the Warwick Davis, Anthony Daniels double act that was going on there.
Yeah. I wonder how much, if there's an underlying element of
real
realism
antagonizing,
in that.
Of Anthony Daniels thinking it's the Anthony Daniels show. What's on for the rest of the day, Strothers?
Do a little podcasting, hit the Resistance sneak peek panel.
Oh, I'm going to that too. Yeah.
Oh, sweet, man.
Did you reserve?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we might be able to sit near each other.
Yeah, I definitely want to see it.
Shopping? Anything?
I bought probably all the stuff I can buy at this point.
Do you know if anybody got the Hasbros this morning?
I don't know yet. I was going to send my buddy through to get another pair for me of the carded Darth Maul, carded Obi-Wan.
I got them last night, so luckily.
Because I just want to have two of each. You know how I roll.
You've already got two.
No. They only let you get one.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And so I got those, but I would really like to have another set. Honestly, I'd be really tempted to open them because I want to play with them. But
I think
they'll probably release
coming
them.
in archive, I think, soon.
Yeah, they'll release them in some normal packaging.
Yeah, I did a quick scan over my bags this morning to see how much space I realistically had. And I'm probably good for one or two more. I want to get a Black Series Chewie. I don't have one. So that's on the mark.
Are you looking for the carded ones from the 40th anniversary?
Not necessarily. I'm kind of open. I'm open. So either solo, or the blue stripe, or the carded. So I'll just see. They all seem to be around about the same price at the moment.
Yeah. Now, were you into the carded collection? Because I know that was tough for you guys.
No, they were too hard to get.
Well, the thing that bothers me, I don't mind paying a premium for collectible figures. But when it's something like that I never once saw one hanging in a store.
All I've seen is Jawas and Imperial officers.
I mean, I know they short pack some of them, but the second wave of those figures, never saw one. Not a one. And I don't live in a small metropolitan area. And it's not like people had the inside track and we're all flying in there to get them before me.
Yeah, exactly. All right, mate. Good to talk to you. We might catch you later in the day.
All right, man.
Thanks, bro. All right, we're on the floor. See Stribs. Clare Stribling, how's it going? The Queen of Chicago.
I'll take it, yeah. You can tell that my voice is completely gone. But will I stop talking? No, absolutely not.
Can't stop, won't stop.
No, I cannot stop and I will not stop. Not until all of you are out of my city.
That's right, then I can rest. And I'm like, and celebrations going back next year to Chicago, we're doing it all again.
It's like, oh great, my liver and my voice can't take this, but all right, let's do it, guys.
I've got 12 months to rejig, to refresh.
God. It was funny because I ran into Jason and Gabe of Blast Points down at the Droid Builders stuff, and they were like, oh, I can't wait till I go back to my normal life. That adjustment's going to go really, really well. I was like, you're right.
Oh, we have a rival podcast going here, but anyway, what else have you seen today?
We took a photo with the Emperor.
Wow.
With our fearless leader.
He's back, baby.
Yeah, he's back. They were moving us through all so quickly, but we ended up on the way out. I hope he heard me. I don't know if he did or not. But I was
really?
like,
Ian McDermott?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure it was just some
yeah.
rando dressed as the Emperor.
Oh no, Ian McDermott. And when we were walking out, I was trying to be like, I'm excited for you, okay, bye. But they just moved us through really, really quickly.
Yeah, I keep hearing that saying it's the best 12 seconds of your life, and then you just you basically just moved out and then you moved on. So, where'd you watch the Phantom Menace panel?
We were in the Galaxy Stage Overflow,
yep.
And that was a good time. It was nice to sit in a chair.
It was very, I was just saying to Eric before, I got really sort of nostalgic about it when they played the trailer and stuff. I was like, oh my God, you're a bit younger, so you probably don't remember the first time around, but yeah, for us oldies, that was like our jam, us 19-year-olds then.
I forgot how much, it's been a long time since I even watched that trailer. I forgot how much of the actual plot they give away.
Yeah.
You can't get away with that anymore.
No, exactly. We just came out of the Resistance panel, which was cool. We got to see the new episode. That was cool.
I'm so jealous, man. That sounds great.
Yeah, it was cool. It was all very a bit loose, and Bobby Moynihan and Donald Faison, they're all hype men. They like to hype it up, and the other cast as well, really cool. So yeah, it was a bit of a bonus. And what are you doing in your last few remaining hours?
We're gonna walk the floor a little bit. We're gonna make sure that Steve gets.
Say hi, Steve. Claire's boyfriend. Having a good time. Having a good time
over here.
Are you shopping for anything in particular? You got must-haves?
No, I'm actually looking for shower curtains. I want to get a nice little Star Wars shower curtain.
This is the place to be.
Yeah, I want Han Solo in the frozen carbonite.
Just looking at you while you're having a shower. Yeah. Look, at least he's frozen. He's not going to judge me. How about you, Claire? Any last-minute purchases?
I mean, probably not. I've hit the show store. I've spent an ungodly amount of money this week on Salacious Crumb merchandise, but now Chris Hall laughing at me over there.
Chris, say hi, man.
Hi, man.
What are you doing in your last couple of hours?
Trying not to cry.
Oh, man.
Because it's a bit too emotional for me right now.
It is. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. And I'm trying to get a Chewy Black Series if I can get one at a decent price. That's my one last little thing. So
just picked up a...
what's he got? He's opening a bag.
GHA.
Oh, did you get them from Dockside?
They were 15.
Yeah, Dockside they were 15. Yeah.
And a box.
Nice. They had Padme's at 15. I paid 20 earlier in the week, but I think they went pretty quick. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, guys, let's just enjoy these last few hours, and we'll let the emotions. We'll worry about the emotions later.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye. All right, we're on the floor. There's an hour of celebration to go. I've got Andy here with me. Andy Campbell. How you going, mate?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling the con. It's wrapping up. Like I'm tired, but
So we're actually just stalking out the Hasbro booth with a bunch of people, because whether they're going to give out more exclusives or not, we don't know. I might just get a couple more if I can get them, but currently they've still got lottery people, so we'll just see how we go. But I had to get on the mic because I was just walking down, looking at shops. I got my Chewy finally, and I got my Shore Trooper, which I was very happy about. And then I ran into our boy Dallas Wood, and he's like, "Bro, have you seen over there that Bobby Moynihan and Donald Faison are shopping at that store?" And I went, "Oh shit! All right." So I had one pin left. And I walked over and I said, "Excuse me, Bobby." He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I said, "Would you like a Star Wars pin?" He said, "I love Star Wars pins." and like, "Here you go, you can have that." He's like, "Oh, thanks a lot, man." I said, "Oh, would you like a sexy director chronic?" And he's like, "Oh, I like this." So he might have screwed up into a ball and threw it away straight away, but for the moment
dude,
that counts.
You saw him at the Resistance panel. He would stick that somewhere.
So that was very, very cool. And I did ask for a picture, but he said he's not allowed to, which is fine.
Yep.
Very gracious. I said, "No worries, man. A pleasure. Loved you on SNL, and I'll see you around." So that was my last pin. So Bobby Moynihan,
what an honor,
from Resistance, got the last pin. So that's a nice little denouement to the day. It looks like it's thinning out here. It's been quite good. There have been cheaper figures. I saw the Lando Jabba's Palace guard for $15. which I thought was pretty...
Gamorrean guards?
Yeah, the Gamorrean guard, the Lando.
Oh, the Lando.
No, I saw a Gamorrean guard for 40 and I'm like,
yeah, that's what I've been seeing, 40.
But I got the Chewie, I've seen between 40 and 30, and then I saw him for 25. And I asked the dude if he'd do a discount, he said no, and then I went to somewhere else and they had it for 20.
Nice.
I was like, boom. And I almost bought a Han blue stripe, but I didn't.
Yeah. So what have they got left? I'm just looking at the board there. They got the exclusives.
They still got the exclusive, but all the Mud Troopers.
Yeah, Mud Trooper, Han's gone. Dryden Voss, Padme's there, yeah. Just the usuals. I've seen a lot of them around.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I'm just sort of wondering whether it's worth hanging around. Do you spend the last hour trying to get exclusives, or do you need to spend it with your friends? Well, I know Luke and Dallas said that they're leaving soon, and they're driving out, so it's
okay.
So I did sort of give them a hug just in case. It's just going to be hard, everyone's a bit spread out. We'll just have to see how we go, really, whether we can catch these people.
I was talking to Rashad before, and he said they're just packing and just chilling at Echo Base tonight.
Oh, yeah.
If we, just
look,
say
I
goodbye.
think we should. If there's people there, we should go say goodbye.
Yeah, I said we were basically doing the same thing, packing and just getting ready for tomorrow. And
tomorrow when there's no Star Wars celebration.
That's it. It's all done.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's been our lives, but... all right, well, who knows what will happen. We've still got almost an hour to go. So, look, anything could happen. There could be another Star Wars celebration miracle.
Well, they didn't announce anything at the closing.
They don't. Not even if they're doing another one?
No. I was talking to Eric, and he said, they mentioned nothing. They just said, what a week.
What a week.
Oh, days.
Close enough. Oh, all right.
Oh, they're playing the trailer.
We're going to watch the trailer. All right, we'll catch you later. We're very, very quickly running out of time here. The clock is counting down. I've got downtown Brittany Brown from Canto Bight Dispatch. Is it sadness, or is it we're looking forward to the next thing already?
Well, I am looking forward to the next thing already because it was just announced that Celebration will be in Anaheim, California in 2020.
And how geographically does that work for you? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That is literally an hour and a half drive for me, so I am so happy I don't have to buy a plane. I have friends that live in LA. I do not have to worry about anything, so I am very happy.
It's actually better for us because we have to fly via LA. So when we fly from Australia, you get stuck going to LA anyway. So from that point of view, that's good. We get a little bit of extra give, but I can't even contemplate thinking about that now. Now, your space wife, Emily Lind, has already gone home, sadly. She wasn't here on the last day. How have you been coping?
It's been hard, but after finding out that the convention's in Anaheim, it is literally right across the street from Disneyland. So I will finally get to experience having Emily at Disneyland with me, standing right next to me as we're on Autotopia.
What is Autotopia?
So Autotopia is this Cars ride. And basically you are in a car. It's sponsored by Chevron, so everything just smells like gas, but it's like Disney gas, so it's happy gas. So you're just in a car and you're going through places in the park. Like you have a beautiful view of the Matterhorn. And I always have been giving Emily crap because she says the ride is shit. Sorry, am I allowed to curse on this?
Yeah, go for it.
Fuck shit, yeah. So, exactly. So, I'm just excited that I will finally fulfill my dreams of giving Emily on Autotopia.
Wow, well, you never know. I might be there with you. I can't even think about that yet. But so let's wrap up. What was number one highlight for Celebration?
I think meeting Emily was my top.
That's something else, wasn't it, really?
That is something I will never forget for the rest of my life.
Is this going to change the dynamics of the show now, do you think?
I think so. I think that Emily and I's bond has gotten so much stronger, so I won't be always apologizing for things.
Love for real, haven't it? It's not internet romance anymore.
It's real romance. It's like I saw her and the world stopped. But now it's going again, but she's there too, so we're going together around the world.
It stopped, it changed, and then it kept on rolling.
Yeah, but it's like a new roll. It's like
a better world.
A beautiful, nice, warm, toasty roll.
Man, that's a beautiful thing. And what about Star Wars related, specifically to Star Wars?
Ooh, I think my favorite was the Episode 9 panel. And even though I'm still butchering the name of Episode 9, like...
The Rise of Skywalker, the rises of the Skywalkers.
I'm going to call it the Rise of the Skywalker until the day I die, I swear. Like, I personally never thought that they would put Skywalker in an episode title, but I understand it now because it is a Skywalker saga, so ending it with Skywalker, I think it's fine.
Yeah, well, we'll 6 months' time, we'll get a better idea, won't we? So,
I still can't believe
are you
that.
and Emily going to watch episode 9 together? As in, for the first time?
Ooh, I hope so. I hope she comes down or something. That'd be wonderful. Her having to come down like twice in a couple months span, or me going to New York. That'd be fun.
Yeah, well, that's a very special episode of Canto Bite.
Yeah.
Well, Brittani, it's been a wonderful time for us, and you guys have welcomed us into your hearts and your homes, and we couldn't really ask for a better group of people to do this with. So thanks heaps for having us. We've loved every minute of it.
I loved having you too, and for some reason when you put that, I'm like looking at it, even though I should be looking at you. So
How much time am I doing?
No, you're doing great, but I will look at you and say it's been an honor meeting you and meeting all the Australians. You guys are amazing and such kind people, especially you, and I'm just so happy to be here.
Maybe the others not so much, but
Yeah, no, you're all great.
They're listening. Awesome. Thanks a lot, Brittani. I'm going to give you a hug now, and you won't be able to tell on the recorder. All right, we're just about to wrap up. We're really going to kick us out. The tables are being packed up. I have to say a proper record. My boy Charlie Ashby, how you going, boy?
Hey,
Son?
dude.
Space son?
Yeah, daddy. I mean, it's got sexual within about 5 seconds.
Oh, dear.
So that's an Imperial Senate bonus there.
Yeah, that's some moist content right there. Look it up if you don't know.
Definitely moist. Yeah, Google moist. I'm sure it'll come up with our podcast and nothing else.
So you were hobnobbing with some big names last night.
Yeah, I'm practically big boy number one.
You just come and slummed it with the rest of us podcasters again today, but had a good time. What was the number one thing for you?
Last night, the whole celebration, or
yeah, just give me one personal one and one Star Wars related one.
Yeah, I mean, personal. It was just nice meeting everyone again, and for the first time for some. I mean, I love you guys, and it means a lot to me, and spend time with you, not just on Twitter, but in person.
It's actually pretty good in real life too, isn't it? Although, maybe after a few days you'd be like, well, maybe in real life I could block that person. 5 days, I can take 5 days of them in real life. Twitter, I can pick and choose.
I mean, just say it to my face next time, Josh.
I'll just mute Charlie for a bit, and then I'll just he doesn't know. Here I'm as nice and as as possible. Yeah, the people definitely. What about official Star Wars thing? What was the big thing for you?
Star Wars stuff, episode 9 was great. Watching it with Clare and crying, that was awesome. Because we're both emotionally fragile beings.
Now,
I mean, I can't talk for her personally, but I know that I was gone. I mean, I will talk for her personally. She was gone as well.
Yeah, no, she said it to me as well. She was gone. I think that's a besmirching her character.
Yeah. It's more of solidifying it more than anything. I also had fun last night. I spoke to Andy Gutierrez, and we talked about all the cool interview stuff and how the Armored Best and Kelly Marie Tran.
Yep.
Stuff was just amazing, and it made them happy, and that's all that matters really. Everyone being happy.
Yeah, and there seems to be a lot of empty faces. It's funny though. I have overheard some cynicism in lines and things, and I think that's a lot of people who come here every year and basically always compare it to everything else. But we're not here about cynicism. We're here about good times, aren't we, Claire?
Star Wars convention, me having a good time? No way.
No way, Jose.
Not one moment this entire week did I have an ounce of fun.
Now, while I've got you both here, actually, this is a good question to ask. Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, first cinema viewing. Are you two going to be in the same cinema together?
Oh, probably not.
Claire's going to buy a ticket all the way to England. It's amazing.
Imagine Clare in London. Big girl in the big city.
That's a big announcement here. And if she goes back on it, that means she's going to hell, basically.
So basically, subscribe to the Imperial Senate Patreon. They really need the funds to fly Clare to London for episode 9.
Wow, okay, that's fine. I don't need to eat or pay any bills for the rest of the year.
No,
sure.
The Patreon people are going to do it, so
yeah,
don't worry.
Just for £5 a month, you can feed Claire.
She's not very big, so she lives on hot dogs and deep dish pizza.
Feed our starving podcast children.
Please get her a ticket to London to watch episode 9.
All right, let's make this happen. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. They're looking at each other like you made me do it, realize I was the one who actually brought it up. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you in 12 months, hopefully. We'll see you back in the fake world of the internet, which just won't be the same. But, it's almost as good, but not as good as this.
You're right. It's been awesome. It's also super nice to talk to you in person and not just over Skype. So I'm so happy that I got to meet up with you. So
Thank you, and thank you to you, sir.
Yeah, I love you, Daddy. Yeah, I mean, the internet, you can only do certain things. I mean, I'm hotter on the internet, but in real life, you get to just hang out and, cuddle, snuggle.
There's been plenty of hugs. There's been plenty of hugs and tears and high fives and stuff.
Yeah.
And, now we get ready, we go home, we plan for the next one.
Yep. Which you can do by helping me pay for the tickets by going to our Patreon, which is at patreon.com/The Imperial Senate Podcast. All proceeds will go to Clare going to London and me going to America. Nikki, I think, I don't know what Nikki wants. What do you want, Nikki?
What's that?
What do you want with all the Patreon money you guys are about to get?
I'm going to Disneyland.
All right, on that note, thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Star Wars Celebration is over. No. It's done. It's done. We're here in the last night. We're sitting around the table here. It's actually a lot earlier. It's only, actually it's nearly 11 o'clock. I think it's an earlier night, but it is an earlier night. We've
Comparatively,
Catherine and Andy are here. Steph's here. She's just observing. Andy's got his late night donuts ready to go that he got this morning. They've got the little clear bag. It's happening. So he's got his cup of tea. We just come from Echo Base, the Bad Motivators, where we said goodbye to Luke and Eric and Dallas, and it was very sad to see them go. But we found out that there's more to come. So how you going, Catherine?
Yeah, today's been a bit down today.
Andy's just put the napkins out for tears.
Preemptive for Catherine crying. Yes, that's been.
You've been the podcast queen today. You're on this one. You were just on with Eric Strothers on Strothers Wars, Sizzle, and you're also on the Star Wars Underworld, was it?
Yeah, I asked a question on there. I, of course, led the topic back to Cassian Andor because I'm #on brand. Today was sad, the end of Celebration, and lots of people were leaving last night and today, and so the goodbyes. Yeah, it's been a long lead up, and so
it doesn't make it much easier, but it was. We knew it was coming, and there were nice goodbyes. It wasn't too messy, and the funny thing was that we found out that obviously they're doing it again next year, so it was a bit of like, well, we might see you next year. You never know. It's too early to say, but it does soften it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does, because if they're going, hey, we don't know, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years. You're like, oh, well, realistically, it's going to be years before we see anybody again. But it's potential. It's always the potential it could happen. Yeah. So, how about you, Andy? How's your last day been?
It's been good. Starting to feel the emotions of the post-con feels. Sore feet, constant sweating, and
they just sit tight while I have my donut before bed.
And about to munch on a donut with a tea. But just walking around the floor and just seeing people slowly pack up. And saying goodbye to people.
There's a moment I think that I've recorded when I was saying goodbye to, I think it was Brittani or Charlie or Claire, and we're just talking, and then there's the people who are dismantling are just pulling the tables down and stacking them. Just it's just another day for them. They set up this convention center and pull it down. Doesn't matter if it's the car show or the camping show or the Star Wars show. It's just another day to them. So you sit there going, oh yeah, okay, don't pack it away, but if you must,
it's really happening. And like I was sitting down with Rashad, Steph and I were just sitting, and he said, oh, after this, where are you guys going to be? And I'm like, oh, well, tonight we'll pop over to do our goodbyes. And we found out like they were out tonight, but I know that they appreciated us being here. And
I think I saw most people before they went.
Yeah,
anyway, I think there's always one or two you missed, but I don't feel like I didn't have that goodbye or see you soon.
Yeah, but I think deep down they know that the Aussies so good, and we came here. Was it to fuck spiders?
We didn't come here to fuck spiders. Yeah, which is a colloquialism that's actually a New Zealand thing. That for some reason, Turbo mentioned it once and was appropriated
and
to us.
Even tonight, Josh Nelson was just like, so that's an Australian saying, huh? I'm like, actually, it's New Zealand, but. Hey,
whatever. If
Turbo started it, we'll do it.
You can take the blame for it.
But just knowing that we've made some, we've had these people as friends for a long time online, but to have them physically there and many hugs and handshakes and sharing drinks and laughs, it's just been really incredible.
Do you think there's a danger of going back around again, of never getting it back, or chasing that feeling again when you do it the first time? Maybe it's a conversation for if you do go again. It's like, if you go again in 12 months' time, have your expectations be higher than they were when you came this time? Or does it kind of feel like it panned out how you planned, or did you play it down?
I don't know. It's just, it's been on the same level for me, and the same level's just been, I'm having a great time.
Yeah, well, I think one thing is that it won't be so overwhelming, because I found that first day really overwhelming, because I knew it was big, but it was bigger and busier than what I'd really thought.
And we were talking to Eric sort of before and just sort of saying, I think that first day, maybe in the first half of the second day, it was sort of just stick with your group. Let's just all stick together and kind of do things together, because we can find our way, and we know that we're with the same people. And I was very conscious of like, all right, just make sure everybody's here and we're all cool. And then by the sort of the Saturday, it was like, see you later. I'm off to go do this. I'm off to do this. I'm off to this. And like everybody got quite comfortable what they were doing, and it was, we still, you go, oh, it's okay. I will find them. It's easy to find people. And if I don't find this person, if I'm finding it by myself and I don't want it by myself, I'll just go somewhere and I'll find somebody and it'll be fine. And we had the little messenger thing going, which worked reasonably well. And
we all had the beanies. Yeah,
and the beanies were very easy to spot people as well. So the beanies worked well, that you could kind of go into a room and go, oh, look, there's somebody I know, because sort of 95% of them were worn by people that we knew, which was good. So I think you're right, that the intimidation factor won't be there the next time, even though it'll be a different place, a different venue. You'll go, at least some people that we know will likely be there again. It's funny to be talking about the next one when we're still on the day of the last one, but I guess that's what you do, isn't it? When you want to, I think the expectation, my expectations were always high, and they were completely met to what I had, but I also was a bit like, well, if this doesn't happen, I'll be okay. If this doesn't happen, I'll be okay. And I guess that was more about seeing things and getting things. And then I honestly didn't have to deal with disappointment once this whole time. I don't think there was a single time I went, some panel, like Phantom Menace Panel was good, but there wasn't any groundbreaking stuff. But I wasn't like, oh my God, what a rip-off. I was like, oh, okay, well, that was fun. It wasn't, because we did have friends who were genuinely disappointed with things. They weren't as lucky as we were, really, and watching them, not the magic of it or the power of it or and then the next day something great happened to them, and it didn't matter anymore when there was perspective and everybody got a win.
I agree with that. But I know the one thing I really noticed on the last day was like they really could have fit more people in there, and silly to have an overflow when it's like the people can just be there.
Yeah, the overflow thing in the big room was a bit weird. That it became pretty clear that I guess it's hard to move people from there to there until you know how many people are in, until they're sitting down. So I know they were scanning codes, but I guess they're going, well, how do we really know how many people we bring over? And it's a walk. Like, it's a good 5 to 10 minute walk to get from probably where the overflow room is, if you were getting them in there. So when do you start doing that? Do you say, hey, if you're willing to miss the first 10 minutes, you can come? Or I don't know. I'm sure they'll be getting feedback on all of that, and they've chosen this next venue for a particular reason. Maybe the rooms are closer. Maybe the overflow's out the front. Maybe they'll put, so you're literally next door. It's like, okay, well, you could just walk through this door and we'll put you in.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Because they were in 2 separate buildings, and only sort of on the Saturday found that Twin Sons room where there was that overflow or streaming room. And that was quite a distance away. And because it's the 2 buildings, meaning that people would have to go through security again, it's quite a bit of time. So,
well, yeah, you've got to get over there.
Yeah.
And you'd have to get security to go through the building. So you'd realistically need 15 to 20 minutes at least to get in there. So I think in all, it was a good theory, but maybe logistically it was a bit tricky. But I guess it also means that people aren't as upset about missing out if they've got the potential to necessarily go in. But I mean, these are minor quibbles. I think we said yesterday that the apps and the panels and stuff started working quite well the last couple of days.
Yeah.
They'll work on that. I'm not too fussed about that. I was just sort of thinking about the memories and the good times. So I was asking this of the other guys before. What was the sort of personal highlight, and then what was the official Star Wars highlight for you, Catherine?
The personal highlight was meeting all the people like Emily, Brittani, Eric Strothers. These are the people who...
A few of my favourite things.
Pretty much. These are the people who I was like, no, I want to meet these people. These are some of my favourites.
And being as great as you'd hoped.
Yeah.
Which was also a thing where you're kind of like, well, I guess podcasting gives you a chance to get a better idea of a person. It's harder to be fake for a continued amount of time on a podcast. You feel like the person, can't hide that for that long. So we didn't, they were just as imagined really, and they were just as happy to see us as we were them, which was cool.
And then there was people who I knew a little bit on the internet. So like Charlie and Clare and Rebecca and Jessie and, so getting to know them better and going, oh, you're awesome too. And this feeling of being friends, Luke, Cruiser and Dallas. Oh God, everyone.
And what about Star Wars moment, like an official thing that we saw, or a thing that directly...
Episode 9.
Episode 9?
Yeah, that was an amazing panel, trailer, just feeling. It really, really was.
How about you, Andy?
I just realised I owe Mike Pappas a beer, and I never bought it.
He'll remember. If you're listening, Pappas, he's got his little book probably.
I think I'm going to get some DMs this week. Where's my beer and my $20? But
that was your highlight. That was your personal highlight of celebration.
I don't know, highlight or dreading. In all seriousness, no. It's same with Catherine. It's the people. It was my number one reason I came. Well, and also, seeing a lot of Star Wars stuff and buying things. But no, it's absolute people, because I was actually having a chat with one of the bad motivators about this, how we've talked so much on Twitter and stuff, and writing emails and voicemails into their podcast, and they've you both ways have a general idea what this person's like, and then you meet them in person and they're exactly how you think they are, and it's just amazing. And that's I just love that every person we met is just who they are, and they're all awesome. I'm
really glad we did get to see the 3 motivators before we left tonight too, because I thought they'd sort of left and gone their separate ways, and then we managed to be like, oh no, these guys are going to be here, and then Dallas turned up, and we actually got to get a proper goodbye, which was really good, because they invited us into the place that they were running, and they've been sort of the conduit for a lot of it that we and they didn't know us, and it was great.
And like I was saying before, even though the others were out tonight, they know, they love us and we love them. So.
And what about Star Wars highlight?
Star Wars highlight, I would definitely say Episode 9, because that's where I probably got. I'm just looking at Steph and seeing her reaction. Yeah, it was definitely Episode 9.
Should just very quickly mention she's not going to come on, Mike, Steph, but she's been Star Wars +1 for 5 days, and she's stuck it out, and she's done well, and there's
so damn proud of her.
And she's stuck there while Andy's gone off and spoken to people and said, this is this person on the internet. And she's like, I guess that's important and interesting, but she got very excited about the things that she got excited about. Did you have a favourite personal moment and a Star Wars moment, Steph?
Well, thank you for having me on the podcast. I know I don't really go on podcasts at all.
Well, you're on Twitter now too, so you're obliged to have to be.
Cannot believe.
And she's active.
I said to Andy, he's like, no, you have to be on Twitter. And I was just like, why? He goes, in case every social media platform and mobile tower goes down and I need to contact you. I was like, I'm never using it. I'm deleting it. He's just like, no, please don't. After celebration, you can delete it if you want. And I sat here tonight and added all these people on Twitter.
Oh, you're like, I want to talk to my friends.
And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I know Brittani and I know this person. And thought I was pretty cool. So, damn it, Andy, I've succumbed to your Twitterness. Oh, but based on all the amazing people. So, I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars, but since coming here, I was just like, I honestly thought, I was doing it for Andy and doing it for you guys, and I was just like, it'll be fun. I do like the new movies, and it's definitely been a lot better and way more exciting and interesting than I ever imagined. So people said to me before, you're going to a 5-day Star Wars convention? Oh my God, you poor thing, and Andy owes you. And I was just like, oh yeah, kind of sort of played along and go, oh yeah, you know. But truly, like, I can say that I've had a really wonderful time. I mean, I got to be grumpy at the end of the day when I was tired.
They're long days.
You know, hungry or whatever.
And the thing is also, in your case, is that, you know, if we have a lull, we'll just go look for stuff we want to buy and get excited by that. It's like, if there's a lull for you, you're just like, well, the other stuff doesn't excite me. So the people and the other things will keep me going. But if there are moments where it's like, everyone's doing something and you're just like, well, I don't really want to go look at Black Series figures, or I really don't want to look at that. Like, those things don't interest me. So there are, you know, there's nothing for me in those down moments. So, you know, if you're sort of standing there waiting for something to happen, sometimes it just makes it a little bit tougher.
No, once the panels started, like that first day, I was like, oh, this is going to be like a long, you know,
when there was nothing else on,
But then when I actually got to the panels and I was going around, and even at like some points, like you said earlier, Josh, going when you just sort of took off, you're like, oh, I'm going this way. And like, I thought I'll just stick with Andy the entire time. But actually, there were times when I was like, you know what, you go off and do that. And I was wandering around by myself, like, never in a million years do I think I'd be at a Star Wars convention with my 5-day pass, like a true like Star Wars supporter, and actually loving it. I was like going to all the, you know, little booths that you scan your barcode at. And
you found like your little thing, your little niche
you know,
thing.
that was my main mission. And like just looking around and watching people, I actually really enjoyed walking around by myself. So that shows that I obviously was having a good time. But again, like you said, you saw so many people, especially with the beanies. They were amazing. And even if I didn't really know, if I wasn't with you guys and I sort of hung back a bit, and I think it was Rashad, damn. Rashad was like, I went and sat down at a table and I was waiting for Andy, and he's just like, he saw me, he's like, come over. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like,
I'm part of the gang.
Yeah, like he wasn't like, you know, because Andy's not there, that, you know, I wasn't part of it. I definitely
No, and I think
like
it's because we all arrived at the same time as well. Like, it wasn't like we were all there. We all, that Wednesday night, I think, was so crucial that everybody was there. We all broke the ice the first night.
Yeah.
Everybody had a few bits to do. Everyone was pretty loose already. So, you know, there was a bit of like, hey, I'm meeting you, but then as soon as that, you're just talking, and then by the time we got there the next day, it was like, all right, I know you, I don't have to awkwardly, and it's, you know, it can be easier in a sort of a bar environment where it's really social and all happening, rather than kind of being on this floor going, hello, friend. You know,
with
especially
a bazillion other people.
Where there's just sort of people everywhere. So I think that made a massive thing. And that was, you know, we'd just gotten here on the plane, and I just flew here as well. And I was kind of going, oh, should I go? You know, I'm like, no, I'll go. It'll be worth it. And it was definitely helped.
Yeah, it was good fun, I must say. I'm going to go home and put people back in their place and say, actually, don't judge me for going to a 5-day Star Wars convention. I didn't just do it for my boyfriend, Andy. I did it for me as well.
And I'll be back in a year's time.
Bring on Anaheim.
Oh, well, that's the way to end it.
Is that official?
Get me some leave from school and I'll be there.
All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up here. We'll pack up our bags and we'll go. Thanks so much. We've had a great time. Thanks for doing
look at my bedroom.
Thanks for doing the podcast.
Merch explosion.
Thanks for coming on every night and indulging. I think it's been really fun, and I think it'll be really great that we'll have this now. Like, even if we never go to another one, we'll be able to look back and go, great, we did it. Here's some little audio that we were talking about at the time. We can tick that off, and hopefully it's not the last one. We'll see how we go. All right, guys. Let's all go pack our suitcases.